Good morning, everybody. It's beautiful out. The sun is shining. My partner's missing. My other half, he had some clients he had to see today. So we miss you, Gregg. Got two wonderful guests here today. A very long and standing family friend, child, helper for years and years, Robert Musso, Tuson Properties. Welcome.
Nice to be here, Tina. Thank you very much.
And we also have a very nice gentleman I've been working with for the last year and just was in a movie with him.
That's right.
William Cherno. We were in the movie Crooked together.
That's right. I was the bad boss, and thank you for having me.
Yes, and he is from Netter Real Estate.
It's better as netter, as we say.
And he also is very involved in theatricals, plays, you name it, he's done it. All over Nassau County and Suffolk County, right?
Yes, as a matter of fact, last night we did a staged reading of It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, I saw that.
And
yeah.
we are doing it again next Sunday at 7 o'clock at South Shore Theater Experience at 115 South Wellwood Avenue in Lindenhurst.
And isn't that the place where we had breakfast down the block, the little diner?
Yes.
Okay, that's Susan
Right
and I were
across
there.
the street, yes.
Right, okay. So, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And my phone just went bonkers again, so we'll have to fix it. So let's, first of all, do you know, guys, what today is? Today, we always do the National Day. Do you know what it is?
I do not.
Oh, we do this all the time. Every day is a national day. Today is National Cocoa Day. So have a cocoa.
There we go.
It's also National Day of the Horse. So, you know, if you want to play a horse, play a horse. National Guard's birthday. So all the guys out there and girls that are in the Guard, thank you for your service. It's National Violin Day, in case you know how to play.
I did. I played 7 years.
Somehow I knew you were going to say that. See?
And I was even the fiddler in Fiddler on the Roof, my first show, first time I did fiddler.
Okay, and then it is National Pathologist Day, which is not such a great day, because who the hell wants to do that? You know, really, who wants to do that? So anyway, what'd you do on the weekend? What'd you do? I mean, we could do social first. How was your weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's good to be back in Long Island. This is where I'm born and raised.
Yeah.
But I live in New Jersey now with my wife and two sons. So on the weekends, I try to spend some time with my two boys, whether it's sports, going out to dinner.
So you do the film.
Yeah, do the family thing. So that's what I did this weekend.
That's great.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you were in the theater.
I was at the theater. The Teen Repertory Company is doing Elf Jr. And I do the spotlight for the teen theater and for the children's theater. And so I did 2 performances, spotlight for them, worked in between. And then, as I said, we did It's a Wonderful Life stage reading
And no
last
houses?
night.
You didn't show any houses this
Oh,
weekend?
I showed houses. I started at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning, then had to be at the theater at 10:30 to run the spotlight, then went back to the office.
So you're a busy guy.
Yes, but this week is going to be a quiet week,
That's what
real
I'm thinking.
estate-wise.
I noticed that the emails, you know how you get 1,000 a day?
Right.
I think I only got 500 this weekend. You know?
I
Progress.
always work the week between Christmas and New Year's.
Well, you get a lot of work done that week, don't
True.
you?
Well,
Yeah.
besides that, if anybody contacts the office or to see something, they are really interested buyers. That's the way I look at it.
Okay. All right, gotcha. So, Bobby, let's talk. Well, I know I'm supposed to call you Robert, but it's
okay.
kind of hard, you know? It's like,
You know,
you have
Robert's
to call
the-
me
yeah.
Tina, because you only know
It's
me as
fine.
Tina, not
Robert's the
Valentina.
name where I have 7 different names.
Do you?
Because of Robert. Robert, Rob, Bobby. And then my last name, Musso. People call me
Yeah,
Moose.
well, it's
so
hard
this-
to forget
So,
that
yeah,
name, yeah.
absolutely. But I've known you since I was a little kid.
I know, and you used to
So-
destroy my carpets and
Sad.
crush all the
Well, I
all the little
apologize.
people, you know, the little toys. You
Sure.
would stamp on them. And
Unbelievable.
and the horse. I'll never forget the horse. He rode a horse every day between
National
my house.
Horse Day.
Yes, exactly.
There
That's
you go.
sort of karma, really, when you think about it.
I was thinking more Belmont Racetrack, but you know,
Yeah.
you're going back to the memories of
Do you
my
remember
childhood
though
horse.
how
I do,
your mother
I do.
would come and we'd have 16 kids in my 3-room apartment?
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 3-room apartment on Jericho Turnpike,
Different world back
above
then.
a store.
Different world back then. Now everything's a play date, and you got to schedule it in the calendar. Nothing's the same.
No,
But good to be here all these years later.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
look terrific. Really,
Thank you, I
haven't changed.
appreciate it.
And I'm going to say it. You look like your dad only a more modern version of your dad.
Thank you.
Because I knew his dad very well. I still know him. I mean, I just don't see him much. So
Absolutely. Good to be here.
now you went from the hotel industry into the real estate industry.
Yes. I was always investing in real estate since I graduated from college in 1996. But I went right into corporate America. So I was in the hotel and hospitality industry for almost 20 years, representing iconic brands and resorts nationwide, worldwide, from Dubai to Bermuda to Mexico, Canada, all over the United States.
That was the good old days.
Which was good. Yeah, when the friendly skies were the friendly skies when you were flying around, right? In any case, I was always investing in real estate throughout my corporate career, but I always had it in my head that I would leave and become a true entrepreneur. I just didn't know when. So years later, I decided to take the plunge, which is about 9 years ago. And now I'm a full-time real estate professional. I'm heavily involved in multifamily real estate, and I have assets in 10 different states in several different roles. And I'm really excited for a strong 2022 with all my partners and everything that we have on our plate right now.
So now the Tucson name is your name.
Yeah, it's my name.
I thought it was this company, but
Right.
it's you, which is even more exciting.
Yeah, it's actually, it's funny. Everyone thinks it's Tucson, Arizona, but it's actually two sons that I have. So, yeah, there's a name behind it. And I was inspired from my father, who had a company called Dawson, daughter and son, me and my only sibling. So I spun that off into my sons. I have 2 boys, and Tuson Properties, based on my 2 boys. And hopefully one day I can pass everything along to them.
Well, you will.
So,
your father was a good businessman. He taught you a lot.
yes. It's good to teach the children well and then have them maybe think about taking it over, but still giving them the opportunity to do whatever
and
they
you
wanna do.
waited to really
Yeah, I did.
blossom. You did your traveling. You did all that great traveling.
Yes,
in
it's a different
Bermuda.
world now. We didn't have social media in your face, left, right, and center. When I first started in corporate America, there was barely email. So now it's different. So you see everyone's activity now on social media, and you could really get going a lot quicker.
Oh, yeah,
So
definitely. Well, you definitely know your stuff, that's for sure.
yeah. So, it's
So
good.
now, did you used to sell residential first? Because I thought you did.
Yeah, no, and I never, and I know, for example, you're a residential salesperson, broker, etc. I've never taken that route. I went right into the investment angle. So I was an investor, not an agent or a broker. So I purchased single-family homes, which led to multifamily properties, 2 units, 4 units, 10 units, 20 units, and now I'm focusing mostly on buildings 25 units and above. And so with that requires partnerships and a lot of travel and different business plans and just a whole different mindset. But that's what my main focus is right now, predominantly larger
so you went
multifamily
right into.
buildings.
So I understand from what I read that you're buying these huge, like what I live in, like senior things or things like that, like apartments.
Yeah, we're buying apartment communities. We buy buildings. We do not have any 55 and over communities or hotels, but they're just multifamily.
As of yet.
As of yet, perhaps it's in the deck of cards. I mean, I was in the hotel industry. The hotel angle might be something down the line, but it's predominantly multifamily buildings and student housing. So
What's your
it's
rate of return?
unbelievable.
it depends on the asset, but the student housing is very high. As well as multifamily, but we're looking for cash-on-cash metrics. We're looking for IRR. We're looking for return on investment, some other metrics as well. And we do rely heavily on investment fuel for all these particular assets, limited partners who assist us with these projects. So.
I'm just curious in reference to the student housing. Is there much damage? Because I know when I went to college back in the 70s,
Yeah.
we didn't cause damage, but
Right.
I have nieces and nephews, and I've heard stories. So do you have to deal with much damage?
Yes, you do. It depends, though. The student housing market today is completely different than when we went to school. I mean, where I went to college at the University of Scranton in Pennsylvania, I'm still looking back all these years later saying, how did I live in those conditions? But
Really?
yeah, it's very different now. So we have properties in Pennsylvania, in South Carolina, and some of the students are living meticulously. It's unbelievable. And there's a few reasons behind that. But I think the student demand today is completely different than what it was back when we were going to college. So it's remarkable to me when I see some of these properties where the students are and how clean and meticulous
Can you
they are.
believe that?
Yeah,
What
it's
a
amazing.
difference. Well,
And the price per bed is through the
Amazing.
roof.
Yeah.
Mom and dad usually paying for it. We have strong leases in place with clauses that would assist us with damage and whatnot, strong property management presence, but it's a completely different asset class. But the returns are very strong for investors, so that's why we've been attacking that market for quite some
So how
time.
do you find out, just through networking, or you really have, about all these properties that you want to purchase?
Yeah, great question. I have this proposed to me almost weekly. How are you going out and finding these particular buildings? And at the end of the day, I think I come from the new school and the old school. So sure, I'm using a lot of technology. I have virtual assistants calling properties off market and trying to get a hold of the seller so that I could deal with the seller directly. But at the end of the day, it's the relationships with the brokers face to face. And you sit down and you have breakfast, lunch, dinner. You talk about your family first. Business comes secondary. And I really believe that. And I teach and coach and mentor a few people as well who are trying to get a lot done virtually. But at the end of the day, you have to go out. You have to canvass your markets. You have to sit down with people and talk to people face to face.
Right, and you're very,
that's what it's all about.
obviously, I mean,
Yeah, that's what it's all
I remember back in the day when you wanted to work at Computer Associates. You never did, right?
No, I didn't.
I did your resume, though,
yes,
back
I remember.
then when you
Thank
wanted.
you.
My
Yeah, that's what
sister in
I remember.
Pennsylvania is watching. I don't know if she could hear me, but shut up. You knew him when he was baby.
Yeah. Hello to Pennsylvania. Yeah, we have a lot of assets in Pennsylvania. It's a great
You
state.
do.
Yes.
She's in Pittsburgh.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Absolutely. That's
So
great.
you've done so much.
Yeah, we've done a lot, and we're looking forward to 2022. You know how it is in the in the real estate world.
Absolutely.
It's very volatile. It's up and down and sideways, and that's another thing. All this experience, if you have only been in the real estate industry for the last 4 or 5 years, you think it's just up and away. But over the last 20, 30 years, we've seen the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, and it's not so easy. So real estate's not for the faint of heart.
Well, how come you're so calm?
How am I so calm?
Because
I don't know.
I don't remember you being all that calm when you went to Chaminade.
Well, Catholic school my whole life.
Yeah.
The nuns put me into place, and
Yeah.
finally you just get numb. So
I mean,
so
because
it's
this
calm.
business is stressful.
Yeah, it depends on how you make it. We talk about this all the time. I'm constantly out there, but I enjoy it.
Yeah,
if
you
you
can
really
see
don't
that.
enjoy it, if you don't have a passion for what you do, then it's probably just not the right business for you. So that stress level goes away when you enjoy what you do to a degree.
Yeah, well,
there's
that's true.
certain levels of stress, but try
Yeah.
not to.
So let's
let it
talk
affect you.
about, would you go back to corporate America?
I love corporate America.
But you won't go
I
back.
will not go back.
Nobody
once
does
you
once
leave
you
the
leave it.
station,
No.
you know the train's always there waiting for you. But I will not go back unless I was forced to. But I think I'm so many years removed now.
Oh, definitely.
It's just not going to
It'll
happen.
be a different world anyway.
Yeah.
First of all, you'd be working with a bunch of kids that really, it's a little different out there now.
It's a lot different. It's
You know,
true. It's
I
true.
don't miss the 5:38 in the morning to Manhattan, and then the 7:38 out at night.
Right.
Don't miss those hours.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's
Except I do those hours still.
Yeah, but you're doing it for yourself.
Exactly. That's
Sure.
the
Which is
difference.
really
Big
the
difference.
big difference.
Absolutely.
It really,
I
really
agree.
is.
I agree.
So, how do people reach you? Like, if somebody wants to, what would they be calling you about? A property that's available commercial, or a property they want to buy that's commercial?
Well, so I deal with people who are looking to invest their money, and everybody has a different vision and strategy on how you want to invest your money. So I love to start off with a conversation to get to know the person. What is your vision? What are your goals? Short term, midterm, long term, and then we discuss what type of options that I can offer them. So we own buildings where you can invest in our particular buildings.
Oh,
and
so you'd be
assets.
like part owner.
Correct. So I'm a
Okay.
general partner, and then limited partners invest their money within our buildings. And also, I have joint ventures as well with people who have capital on the sideline. And, there's many options out there. You can invest your money in the stock market, mutual funds, alternate businesses, all different types of real estate. So that's what I'm here for.
I'm also available for adoption.
Now, what if, like, let's say, my 4 brother-in-laws, they
Right.
say, we got to do something. We got to
Right.
invest.
Right.
They would call you and have a
Yeah,
conversation?
absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
that simple?
It's that simple. We speak, again, about their goals and visions and what do you want with your money. Do you want short-term cash flow? Are you looking for long-term generational wealth? Are you looking for a hedge against inflation right now? Are you looking for a tax write-off? And we just discuss what options might be out there and try to, focus on your game plan, not mine. It's all about the investor.
My
just like
daughter's going to be
anything.
calling you because since I moved,
Yeah.
she's like, you should have talked to Bobby Musso a long time ago, and we should have had something else going on.
Well,
Well,
I'm in her
didn't
neck of the
happen.
woods. We have
I know,
properties
now
in
you-
Virginia now as
yeah,
well. So,
You should definitely go meet her. Have
I'm looking
coffee.
forward to it. We're in Virginia and Maryland next month. Jennifer, if you're listening, I hope to see you
She'll
soon.
watch it later because she said,
Absolutely.
make sure, I'll catch you when I
Yeah,
come home.
I still have Jennifer. Your daughter was such a great photographer. So when I bought my first apartment in Astoria, Queens, when I was 22 years old, I wanted to decorate the walls, in a cool fashion. So who did I call? Jennifer. And Jennifer, she took all these beautiful
I don't
photos,
even remember that.
framed them, she signed them, and I had them all over my apartment.
Really?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Really? I don't even remember
Sunsets,
that.
city buildings in the city. It was great. I still have them to this day. Yeah.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
that's nice to
27
hear.
years later. Yeah.
See that?
So,
I
there
can't
you
even
go.
remember that.
Yeah.
But,
It's funny.
That's great. So now people reach you by, what's your website? I'm sure you have all kinds of Instagram. What do you do?
Yeah,
What's the
I'm
deal?
trying to elevate my social media. That's coming in the future, where I'll be launching my own podcast about travel,
Terrific.
food
If you
and
need
beverage,
any
and real
advice,
estate.
you could ask us.
Absolutely, I knew who to come to. And right now, my website is TusonProperties.com, TUSON Properties.com. And you can take a look at some of the projects we have in the past, what we're doing in the future, and then from there, we can set up a Zoom meeting or an in-person meeting and take it from there.
What's the biggest project you've worked on or what's coming up?
So right now we're doing a nice student housing project somewhere close to home, across the street from the University of Scranton in Pennsylvania.
Really?
So I met an old alumni that I graduated from school with, and I was able to purchase his building. And so we're doing a heavy lift, and we're converting it into Class A student housing right now. So
That's
that should be done
terrific.
in June
Wow,
2022.
congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it. So, and we have properties in South Carolina, Virginia, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, but this one's close to home in Pennsylvania, and a lot of business down south.
Well, I would think the college industry is never going away.
No, as a matter of
So
fact,
that's a
yeah,
great thing that
that's
you're
the
doing.
thing. The colleges are great. We have properties by the University of South Carolina, which is great. Lafayette University in Pennsylvania. So we're looking to launch.
How
a lot.
many secretaries do you have? Tell me you do it all yourself.
No, I do not have any secretaries at this point, but we are looking for some virtual assistants to help us out. But I'm doing a lot with myself and business partners who
Yeah,
are,
because you're going to need,
several
what's going
different
to
parts.
happen? You're going to get so, you have to have like a right, left, back, and front.
It's very, very true. It's the people, the process, the systems, and the technology. And if you do not have that in place, you are in trouble. That is
And
for
you need
sure.
a top of the line of virtual.
Absolutely.
Not one of these, kids that are just, actually, you're better off getting a student that knows how to do it that's already in college.
True, very true.
Because
yeah.
you pay less and you just buy them lunch.
So,
That's how
yeah.
the interns do it.
Right. No, it's true. It's true. So we'll
Wow,
see what
very
happens.
impressed. And what's your biggest, like the one job that you did, the one purchase that just blows you away that you did it?
The one purchase was actually a very small project in Easton, Pennsylvania. Beautiful community in the Lehigh Valley in Pennsylvania. Very artistic. We took this old, beautiful stone house, 6,000 square feet, and it was basically an abandoned rooming house. And it was one huge home with a commercial space in the back, and we converted it into 4 two-bedroom, 2-bath apartments, as well as a luxury commercial storefront. And it was smaller, but there was a lot of obstacles and issues, and we created it with an architect, and we have these beautiful luxury apartments where we took a little bit of the old school historical feel with a modern twist. And this one just resonates home. It's not about the size of the project. It's this one was a very special one. And next door, we owned a building where we had this beautiful mural put onto it
Jeez,
in this
you're
beautiful
really
area
into a
of
lot of
Eastern
different
Pennsylvania.
things.
So yeah, sure. It's not about the size of the project. This one is just it was
like
different.
a homey kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a
that
homey.
Hit home.
Yes, it was like one of those conversions that just hit home for whatever particular reason.
That's
so
terrific.
yeah, so it was great.
Very nice. All right. Well, we're going to switch over to Mr. Netter Real Estate here. My friend, my new theatrical partner,
Co-star.
co-star. I had a small part. He had a big part because he was the big cheese.
No, I didn't have a big part. Take that, Jerry.
Jerry is our producer.
And co-star.
And co-star. That's right. So let's talk about real estate. So it's blowing up.
It's been blowing up. I was originally an attorney who became a licensed associate real estate broker. So I was an attorney during what I call the good times and the bad times. I started my career as a litigator. I spent 10 years in-house with Chase Manhattan Bank. Prior to that, I was in private practice. And when I left Chase, when the merger occurred between Chase and Chemical, I became a bank attorney, where I was closing for the banks. In 2008, everything exploded, or as we say, imploded. We went from thousands of lenders to very few. And about 9 years ago, I got involved in the actual selling of real estate. And right now, we are in a situation where there is such a shortage of properties.
Yeah.
The multiple offers being done on properties, I've had clients who are so frustrated, they're waiting
Sure.
because they're getting outbid wherever you turn. I am very fortunate being with Netta Real Estate. You just talked about back office. We have a back office of 10 people. We have 10 people in our administration who do our social media.
Oh, that's great. Mhm.
So I am very lucky. Amanda, God bless you.
Well, I was there. It's a very cute. It's like a house.
Well, that's one of
I
our
love
three.
it.
We
Yeah.
have 3 buildings on our property. One looks like a Tudor building.
Yeah, it's really cute.
We have the annex, which is where I was. And then we have the ranger station behind, which used to be an old ranger station back in the day in the 1800s.
Wow.
Really?
That's how old that building is.
Where is your office located?
In West Islip. We're
West
at
Islip,
404
okay.
Montauk Highway, West Islip.
Very nice.
And I am very fortunate. It is a true family working.
I know.
at
I know.
Netta.
I was there. But again, when I was there, we were shooting the movie, and this man decides to take his pants off. As we were, traveling, we were doing the dress up, and I'm like, hello.
We had a costume change. It wasn't.
He
No,
said,
no,
this
no.
is what you do, costume change.
Well, having done theater for as
I
many
didn't know
years
that.
as I have, when you have a costume change, you just
Do it.
take it off
Stop
and
and
put it
drop.
on.
Yeah.
So I was hysterical, but it was good. He made me laugh.
Well, I try to do that.
Yes.
That's. I had a heart attack and quadruple bypass in 2002, and
Oh,
my attitude
jeez.
changed completely. That life is too short; you have to enjoy it, and that's why I'm doing real estate.
And you like the real estate, and your office is adorable. Really.
Oh, thank you. We love the office. We love Jim and Christina, who are the
Yes.
owners, and they give us many, many opportunities. And as I said, there it is a true family. When my mother died, they reached out to me. When my husband died, they reached out to me, and they enveloped me. And we're there for each other. I have an assistant
Yes.
who is one of the admin people, Lori. I love her dearly, and Lori's going through her own issues right now, and we pray every day for Lori. But real estate really is booming right now. We're seeing a slight downturn of not properties, but we're seeing that the numbers aren't escalating beyond belief. We have some properties, you have to laugh. You see some of the offers that come in, and they're 50 and 70,000 above asking, and then you have to sit back and go, wait a minute, that's not going to appraise.
Yeah.
So you have to be mindful, and you have to, as you said, you have to talk to your sellers, your buyers. You have to explain to them what reality is, and you have to counsel them in your talking and finding out what they want. Where do they want to be? Do they want to start a house? Do they want a permanent house? Do they want to downsize right now? Some of the older generation is looking to downsize because the kids have left the house. They're empty nesters. They don't need a 6-bedroom house anymore. So you have to see what they really want.
Right.
But during that, you have to have frank conversations, such as you can't be unrealistic in your prices. I have one client who I adore them. I love them. They have a beautiful house on the water in Lindenhurst, but their perception of what the house was worth
Right. Mm-hmm.
compared to what it's really worth, when I showed them the market analysis and I brought the comps in, And when I do comparables, one of the things I do is take into account the square footage of the property, the number of bedrooms, square footage, etc. The husband was like mortified.
Did he throw you out?
No, he did not. They're good friends, so they did not throw me out. They listened, and the wife turned around and said, you know what? Bill's right. Here are the numbers. We could see it. I did one recently, and the people have not decided what they're going to do.
Well, the market doesn't lie, right?
The market does not lie, and unfortunately today, some of the appraisers don't know what they're doing. My favorite story is I had a house on Fire Island Avenue in Babylon. It was on 80 by 100, on the water, and the appraiser looked at an old document, which the house was originally 40 by 100, but they bought the second lot and built a new house on it. So the appraisal he did was based on 40 by 100, and he comped properties not on the water, which right alone is a $100,000 difference.
Right. That's a pet peeve of mine. It's a good point, too, because I've commonly seen, and single-family homes and larger multifamily buildings where the appraiser don't take that appraisal as if it's gospel. You really have to make sure that they analyzed it correctly, because they could be looking at comps 3-4 miles out, different amenities, or whatever the case, different zip code, and it changes the game for that comp.
Absolutely.
You're right.
When I have a property, when I know the appraiser's coming, I prepare an entire package for them. All the comps that I could locate that are on the money.
Right.
Unless, of course, there's been no closings in the last year in that area. Then I have to go to like-size properties in typical towns.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then I also give them a copy of the contract, if I have the CO and the survey, so that they have everything.
Sure.
Yeah.
I tried, when I take a listing, I pay for all the photos to be done and a floor plan.
Well,
'Cause that's gonna sell the house.
irregular, right? Yeah. I remember when we sold my house, the woman came in and she said, you got to get rid of everything. I'm like, where am I going to put it? And, well, I tell you, when I saw the go up, how good it looked, I'm like, oh, my God, she knew what she was doing.
I use a great photographer. He comes in, and he and I will move the furniture and really set it up. I have one client right now. I love her dearly. She's a good friend of mine. And I've had the listing for 4 months, and it's not on the market. Have not shown it because she needs to declutter.
Oh, so you told her, start trashing,
And
getting
she
rid of.
has. She's done the top floor. It's a split.
It's a lot of work. Well,
Yeah.
But she has to do the bottom floor.
if she needs help, we have the Terrell family. They
Sure.
did mine. It's called Broom Swept.
Room swept.
He came, he got rid of everything in my basement, and they donate. One side of the house was for donations, one side was garbage, and they did it in 3 hours, and I gotta tell you, there was a lot of stuff in my house. They were great. It's called Broom Swept. Matt Terrell, right? And
Yep,
you went to
absolutely.
school with him, right?
Yeah, I grew up across the street from Matt.
Floral Park.
He's FDNY in New York, and he has a phenomenal company right now. And
Yeah.
this massive referral system. So
Unbelievable.
definitely call Matt at Broom Swept.
And the funny part was, I didn't put the house up yet, but I said, let me do it first. I got 3 people ring my doorbell. You
Oh,
selling?
yes.
You selling? You selling?
Sure.
The day they were there. And they were 5 firemen. And they do it on the side. And they were great.
Every fireman I know and every cop I know has a side job.
Yeah, well, I think everybody today
Has to.
have a second,
True.
a second income of something, whatever it is. Even as far as Avon. I mean, it doesn't matter, but you can't survive.
That's one thing I haven't done. I
Well,
haven't sold Avon.
I did a long time
I've
ago.
done retail sales.
Yes.
I've been a bartender.
Well,
I've done a few
bartenders
things.
actually do very well.
Oh,
They make a lot of cash. I tell
yeah,
you.
but
do.
unfortunately, they want young, good-looking
Oh,
bartenders.
yes, of
me,
course.
look at this. They're not going to hire me nowadays.
No, but they do well. I mean, I couldn't do it either. I can't serve. I'm not good that way. I have the gift of gab, so that's what I do.
And
I do a lot of,
I think you do it well.
Thank you.
I'm there with you.
So how do people you just don't do islip. You do everywhere, right?
Oh, no, no, no. We do all of Long Island. Because we're in West Islip, our main areas, I would say, is Massapequa through Great River. But we're part of what's called Leading RE, Leading Real Estate. As such, we're all over the world.
Okay. I didn't. Yeah, luxury portfolio.
Yes, luxury
international.
portfolios.
I was
We
wondering
have
what the hell it was.
many, many properties that are over $1 million. That's luxury portfolio. Well, let me correct that. It's actually 999,999. If it's over $999,999, it can be in luxury portfolio.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, one of my colleagues, Richie Bocchieri, just had a video that he did showing a house that was, I believe it was 1.6. We have properties. We have a company called Netter Beach Estates, which is based in...
It's a huge place that you're
Oh,
working
yes.
in. Yes.
Over at Ocean Beach. And we do rentals and sales. My boss is looking at this year quite a nice number in sales.
You're in a great place. So now let's talk about the Sweat Hogs. What the hell is that?
Okay, the Sweat Hogs was a program. I did it twice.
What is it? Are you doing gym? I mean, are you
Oh,
exercising?
no. It is teaching you how to buy and sell, how to be a real estate agent. It's a program where every week you go in and you learn new techniques. One of the biggest problems you deal with is getting over when someone says,
I'm done. I don't want to do it.
I don't want to sell, or I don't want that commission rate. You have to get past that. And it's giving you methods and examples. One of the ones I always remember is the dollar. You say to someone, how about if I give you $1.25 for $1? Then reverse. I'll only give you 75 cents for the dollar. So you have to get
A mental
past,
attitude, like?
It's partially mental, but also getting past their objections. A lot of times it's the commission rate.
Well, it could go anywhere from high to low, right? It depends on the person, right? You as the person.
Me as a person, my attitude is I am a professional. You're paying me to do a job. I'm not going to discount myself.
Right, because you are good at what you do.
Nowadays, you have a lot of these internet-based companies that will do it for 2%.
Song, right?
But they're not going to put in the time and effort. They're not going to be doing the
24/7.
research of the people who are looking to buy. Do they have the funds necessary? Can they afford it? Are they going to qualify for a mortgage? We do all of that.
Right. You do all the legwork before, during, after.
Absolutely. And we're there to protect you. You don't want, when I do an open house, people have to sign in. I look at their driver's licenses. I verify telephone numbers and email addresses. And I also have them do a COVID affidavit, because in today's day and age,
Well, now.
you don't know who can and cannot get it. I myself was doubly vaccinated, and I still got COVID.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was
Well, that's
very
a
mild.
whole other conversation. I mean, that's crazy.
Luckily, it was mild. I had a postnasal drip and a cough, but the cough,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but
Little,
I
well, you're a
have,
little scratchy.
I have a right paralyzed vocal cord right now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
From the
And-
COVID?
Yes, from the COVID, and
Oh,
that's from the
jeez.
virus, because I coughed so hard.
Wow.
So right now, it's taken out an opportunity for me. I
For
was
singing
going.
and all that?
Yeah, I can't sing right now. I have my range back, but I don't have my breath back.
Oh. So that
So,
affected your business, because
It's affected my business. I had to be
personal,
out.
your social business. Yeah.
In the last 2 years have not been financially beneficial.
Well, I think we're all in
with
that mode a
COVID
little,
having
yeah.
knocked us out for what,
Yeah.
18 months?
Yes.
We were
Long time.
crazy.
Yeah.
And then having gotten COVID again, and then
Yeah.
quarantining for 10 days, and
Wow.
I did a lot of the calls from home,
Yes.
but I couldn't take the clients out.
Right. You couldn't do what you needed to do. Well, let's talk about the Mickey Mouse mentality. I kind of,
I
read it and I was like, he's a happy man.
I have been a Disney fan for many, many, many years. My husband and I, from 1987, went every year to Disney, and in 2000, we purchased the Disney Vacation Club.
Oh,
And
so
used
you
to
go all the time.
3 times a year. We would go for the full week, 10 days in November. We would go for a long weekend in January and a long weekend in September. And since we bought it, all we had to pay for was airfare and food.
Oh.
And
So that
then
was-
they had
yeah.
the Disney, the food plan. So it became a true vacation. And we didn't have to necessarily go into the parks all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What we would do is go there, and we got to know a lot of cast members. I'm still in contact with 3 of them.
Really?
My dream is eventually, if I can ever retire, which I don't see it happening, but I would love to move down to Buena Vista, Florida, and retire and work part-time at Disney.
I could see you doing that. Can't you see him doing that?
I can.
Yeah.
I see the Mickey Mouse tie
You have
right
on a
there.
nice
I wear
Mickey
a
Mouse
Disney
tie.
Yeah.
tie every day,
That's great.
and I usually wear a Mickey Mouse watch, but I forgot all my jewelry today. No watch, no ring,
No
no
jewelry
nothing.
today. I
No
wore enough for
jewelry.
both of us. I love
But
jewelry.
because of my acting and the real estate and everything, I had the joy of meeting Valentina and being in the movie with her.
Yes, and we had a blast.
We sure did. And I still say the umbrella I found is yours.
It probably is. I forget a lot of things. I leave a lot of things behind. Well, so that was a great experience, even when you dropped your drawers. I mean,
Oh,
it was
you
still-
enjoyed it. But wait a minute. I wasn't the only one.
No,
I did
you
it.
weren't the only one. I was just standing in
Jerry
a room,
did it.
and
Paul
everybody's dropping
did
their
it.
pants,
We
and
all
I'm like,
did-
I'm an old lady, guys.
Donna stripped too. Come on.
I know. Well, there was a love scene, okay?
Well,
in
that
this
wasn't
movie.
me. That was.
Well, they were
that
hysterical,
was,
though.
Oh,
On
Debbie
the
and Ted.
desk.
Debbie and Ted. They were a married couple.
I'm gonna send you it.
It is a very funny
It's
movie,
very
in my
funny.
opinion.
But the thing about that movie that really hit home is that what goes on in the corporate America and the
Absolutely.
government does really happen. And this movie really depicted it. And I'm such a nice person, but in the movie, I am not nice.
Oh, she had some dirty words, she said.
And it was fun. And I got to tell you, when I did bring it home to my grandchildren, because they think I lie, my grandchildren say, "Yeah, Grandma, right, right." Well, I brought it home for Thanksgiving, and we watched it on the big screen. They were shocked because they thought I was lying again.
Nope,
I mean,
it-
sometimes I tell fibs.
It was an education.
Yes.
How many times we had to do the same 3 lines over and over and over again. This angle, that angle.
And we had a great team, great people,
Yes.
really. Jerry Ferretti's the best. And I hear he's starting a new one.
Yes,
called
he's
the
doing-
Fontanas.
Yes.
He's looking for people to.
He told me I'm not Italian enough. I'm too Jewish.
It's going to be called the Fontanas, and it is actually going to be about a mother and 4 sons. So I will be doing a call trying to see if I could get in. What the hell?
Excellent.
I'm Italian. He just said, "You're kind of young." I said, "I could look very old." Definitely.
Well, you got to see Where's the Will,
yeah, that was great.
which was Jerry and Katie
Yes.
and Donna.
Yes.
It was, and that was definitely an Italian family.
Yeah, so basically, Jerry Ferretti does the New York Film Festival. So I'm involved in that now, and that's how I met all these great people.
Oh, okay.
And the reason I was at the film festival is because of the book, because authors come and show their books because they want to have a movie. And that's how all this happened in the last 2 years.
Great.
So now, going further, who knows what's next, right?
Absolutely.
So how do people reach you? What's your
My
Instagram?
Okay, my email address is bcherno@netarealestate.com, all lower level. My blog and everything else is at netarealestate.com. I have an Instacart. I do everything
Which I
virtually
figured
now.
it out finally.
And it has my bio and my
Right. It's
contact
very nice.
information.
Instacart is nice. I never knew how to do it.
And if you're looking to buy or sell real estate, my cell number is
You're hiring?
516-647-1307. I am available 24/7. If, just like in real estate and law, if I don't get back to you immediately, I get back to you usually within 12 hours.
That's pretty good.
Because if I'm showing properties to a client, I dedicate my time to that client. I don't take it away from that client to give to another.
Okay, well, if you ever have any of those people that need to clean out their house or need organizations in the club, we have tons of referrals. So many people that do so many different things.
Well, that's the best part of all
Yeah.
this, because we do it all based on referral basis.
Right, right. Mm-hmm.
And I am very thankful. I have a list in my office of plumbers, electricians,
Right,
et
you have
cetera.
everybody, right, that's true.
And so movers.
Yeah, I had a mover too, but, you know, I recommended him to other people because I found out about him through another person. It's just, it is what it is.
Well, the one mover I've recommended, I had to laugh. My father built his building. My father was a general contractor for commercial properties.
Mm-hmm.
And so this one mover, thankful for them, when I moved from my house to an apartment, I put everything in storage, and unfortunately I paid for like 5 years of storage until I could finally get everything back out.
Yeah. Well, so Bobby, what else would you like to add towards the end of the show here about anything outrageous that someone might want to know that they might not know that you do or anything like that?
No, I mean, I would love to field any questions about the curiosity of what we do in this
Yes.
industry. I think that's, you know, a common situation and forum I'm in weekly, which
Yeah.
is, you know, what do you really do? How did you navigate through the waters to get to where you are?
Yeah,
And
which
I don't
sounds
understand. How can I be a
interesting
part
what
of
you're
it?
doing.
Right.
I just sort of assumed you were selling commercial real estate.
Yeah, exactly. When
I
you say
didn't
real
know
estate,
what you were
oh,
doing.
so you're a broker or you're an agent. Well, you have both at bookends on the table here, but we're doing similar but very different things right now. But the partnership and relationship between people like us are extremely critical to our mutual success. So,
Right.
and then there's a lot. The real estate industry is very, very diverse. You have your single families, you have your multifamily, student housing, storage facilities. You should have bought a storage facility
Well,
instead
that's
of renting
very
one out, right?
popular right now. Oh
Very
my
popular.
God.
And everything in between. And state to state is different, and municipality to municipality is different, and beachfront versus, you know, and there's Airbnb now, which is a phenomenon within the industry, where people are buying single-family houses and renting them out in Long Island, in Vermont, in Florida, in North Carolina. So there's many different ways to navigate through the real estate sector. So, and I love talking about it also.
Yeah,
And
well,
New York keeps changing laws, such as they recently came up with new seasonal rental laws. So you have to stay on top of and do your education to keep apprised of what the new laws are. I'm sure everybody saw the Newsday articles a couple of months ago about fair housing.
oh, the whole
and
squatter thing. That's a
discrimination.
whole different
Yeah.
world.
So
Yeah.
we have all been educated in fair housing and ethics, and it's a continuing process. And this is a great opportunity because I don't have an investor that I deal with on a regular basis. I have investors that will call me and say, what do you have in, that they could do a flip,
Right. Mhm.
but not someone who does to the point that Bobby does.
Right.
So this is a great
See
way of
Mm-hmm.
merging our talents together.
Yeah, plus
Absolutely.
Ed Speck didn't make it, but I'm going to give you his number because he definitely wanted to talk to
Great.
me.
No,
He
that's
might have
phenomenal.
forgotten it. But, you know, basically our show today is sponsored by Tranquility Spa. It's at 700 Franklin Avenue, Franklin Square. You're both going. You get to go in the Salt Cave for as little as $10 when it's usually $70, and you get a massage for $30 when it usually costs $100. So you get to go.
Oh,
Wow.
thank
You
you.
get to go. I don't know if you're staying today.
That's phenomenal.
It's right down the block.
Thank you very
You need
much.
an appointment.
I
You just call
appreciate that.
Angela and try it out. She's a great supporter of the show. We've done so many things there, and actually all of the hospital doctors went there a few weeks ago, and they loved it. She has the seal of approval from the Northwell. We also deal with Oro Puro Jewelers. He is our sponsor. Jewelry, Franklin Square, 1033 Hempstead Turnpike. Wonderful Italian family. Jewelry to die for. Tell them we sent you. And Jackson Hewitt Prince, the tax man at 978 Hempstead Turnpike, Franklin Square. But what I'd like to say, because you're both in real estate, I have an idea. I've pitched it to many real estate people. They haven't taken me up on it yet. My sister's in the business of saving lives. CPR, blood, all kinds of first aid. And I've told 5 real estate companies so far. You always spend all this money on gifts when somebody purchases a house. Flowers, candy, champagne. Just imagine if the first real estate takes a hold and gives the gift of life. And that family, eventually, if they have the training, whether they have babies, there's different training for babies, adults, save somebody from dying. And most of the time, when you do CPR, you're saving the life of someone you know. And I told 5 already, and I go, you'll be on the map, because the first real estate that changes their model and does this, it's going to be in the papers. And then everyone's going to want to do it. But so far, nobody has said it's a great idea. So I share because my sister does it, and I do speeches. And I'll ask people in the audience how many people know how to do CPR. Not many.
True.
So it's an idea.
Right.
It's an idea, and guess what? It's not a bad one. It's out of the box.
Yeah, absolutely.
So think about it. If you're interested, let me know. And it's as easy as a gift certificate.
Sure.
And, you know, I know that I like getting gifts. I mean, let's face it, I love getting gifts. But when you're dealing with a family and they have children and babies, especially new moms, it's a great gift because they all have to pay for the grandmothers to watch the kids.
Yep.
Because the wives are very fussy. They don't want the grandmother to watch if she doesn't know how to do a baby. So that's my idea of the month.
That's a great
What do
idea.
you think
Great
of it?
idea. I
I
really
think
do
it's
like
a
it.
great
Yeah,
idea.
It's very different,
Right.
different, you know. But again, today in business, you got to be different. And in your business, you got to do one thing. This is in my book. You both got a copy. You read it
And I
every
thank
day.
you so much.
You have to get up, get dressed, and show up.
Sure.
And that's what? Life.
That is life. 100%. I
And-
like this
key.
idea a lot, though, too, because in the real estate community, I'm constantly speaking with people who want to give back. Because in real estate, especially when you invest in properties, you unfortunately have to remove families
Right.
and start the rehabilitation and then move in new families.
Right.
So there's an empathetic approach to everything that we're doing.
Yeah.
So I like this because you are actually giving back and potentially saving a life. So
And you know what?
it's
I
a great
never
idea.
knew what it's. I'm sure you know what this is because you said empathetic. Do you know what an EMPA is? EMPA? I didn't know this until I started doing this
No.
business. An EMPA, EMPA, is a person that is very empathetic and can help people that are down and gets paid to be an EMPA.
Interesting.
Something else. I learn a lot just by the
Yeah.
research I do and the people I meet. And they're like, oh, I'm an EMPA. What's an EMPA? You know, what the hell's an EMPA? But that's what an
Right,
EMPA
right.
is. So I learn a lot of different things from the people I meet.
Sure.
And it's amazing. It really is. And it's all about, you know, meeting people, networking, and, you know, it is what it is. But we have a big charity gift giving thing coming up here at G's from now until Christmas. Unwrapped toys. Everybody just drop it off. You can come by the show. And we're having our big Christmas party on Thursday, December 23rd here, 4:30. Live show. We'll have a big audience. Last time we had a show, we were paparazzis here. We felt like we had paparazzis. It was a lot of fun. And thanks to the staff, we have three great people here today. Jenny, Susan, and Cliff, who really help us out. And the worst days are the holiday shows and the anniversaries. And this place is decorated, as you can see, beautiful.
Yeah, very nice.
But when we do private parties, it's just like going into the country club because Jenny does some joy on all the decorations on the tables. And people, when they walk in here, they are, why do we know about it? It's a kind of unique, you know, quiet little place, but yet when all the buzz is going on the stage. It's a lot of fun. So on that note, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me.
You have to tell everyone, like and share. When you go home, you'll have it on your phone. You'll have it on your computer. Everybody, please share. Share all our stuff because that's how the world goes round. And that's a wrap.
It's going to be blasted on Netta Real Estate.
Okay.
Perfect. And I'm looking forward to sharing, and happy holidays, everyone.
Okay,
Great
that's
being
a
here.
wrap.